Hey guys, so in this video I'll be sharing with you my market analysis for the week of 11 December to 15 December. So we'll begin with the indexes and then followed by some of the stocks that I own in my current portfolio and some stocks in my watch list. Right, so we'll begin with the indexes. So over here we have the S&P 500, right? So you can see that this green box over here is an area of resistance, and right now prices are actually at this area. But the good thing about or at least the positive action from the S&P 500 so far is that it managed to find support at a 10-day moving average. So we have the 10-day moving average over here. So you can see that actually prices managed to find support at the 10-day moving average, and it has actually moved sideways for a couple of sessions. So it started moving sideways when it reached this area of resistance, right? So you can see that prices gap up over here, they continue to move up. Then the moment it hits this resistance area, it starts to slow down and move sideways. So it actually has been moving sideways for almost 2 to 3 weeks now. So there's a good amount of time for the S&P 500 to digest its previous gains, right? So over here, the S&P 500 made quite a strong move up from the bottom over here all the way up. So it needed some time to rest and consolidate its gains, right? So over the past 2 to 3 weeks, the prices have been doing just that, right? And at the same time, even though prices are consolidating and digesting gains, the pullback hasn't been that steep so far, right? So you can see that the pullback, or at least the move sideways, has been met with support at a 10-day moving average. So that's actually quite bullish and positive action from the S&P 500. So for the Dow Jones, it's also the same thing, but for the Dow Jones, it actually broke above this resistance area of around $356. So you can see that prices break out, and then it's so far holding its gains very nicely, right? So similar action to most of the indexes you will be going through today. You'll see that the indexes has been consolidating and digesting its gains very nicely, right? So there's no sharp pullbacks, and then any pullback is met at the support area of the 10-day moving average. So as we'll see for the QQQ and IWM later on, right? So you can see that Dow Jones also is trading above its 10-day moving average, and even though it has moved sideways for a while, it's normal, right? After such a strong move, it's normal for the index, or the Dow Jones in this case, to move sideways for a while. So still positive action. And then we have the QQQ here. So actually last week the QQQ actually gapped down, right? So you see from this session over here to this session, prices gapped down. But then what was positive in that regard is that the QQQ and actually managed to find support at the 21-day moving average, right? So obviously any gap down is not it's not nice to see, especially if you're a long side trader. But then this gap down actually met with support throughout the day, right? So prices actually go all the way to the 21-day moving average, but you can see that buyers step in and push prices all the way to close above where it opened for the day, right? So that's why we have the blue pin bar over here. And then so far it's still moving very positively, right? So even though there's some shakeout over here, it's normal, right? As long as the QQQ trade above its key moving average. So in this case, it's either the 10 or the 21 days, right? But so far it managed to find support at 21-day moving average, and yes, went back up. So the next area of resistance is this line over here, right? So we can expect some resistance at the 396 level. And then if we scroll out, you can see that this has been an area of resistance for the QQQ in the past, right? So moving forward, right now we actually have a nice couple of weeks of consolidation over here. So I believe moving forward, if prices can move up, it should break above this level quite easily, since it has digested its gains and moved sideways for a period of time. Then the next one is the IWM. So one of the positive action that I said I'm seeing in the overall markets is that there's an increasing breadth in the market, right? So previously, at least for the first move up, it was mainly the large cap stocks, so your Magnificent Seven making up most of the gains. But in recent, at least in the past week or so, the small and mid cap stocks have been participating in this rally. So we have seen this in the IWM, right? So you can see that the IWM from here, it has broken above all its key moving average, and then here after it consolidate for quite a period of time, so about 1 to 2 weeks, then I say that this was the range that I was looking out for. If it can break to the upside, then we can be we can at least expect further upside movement for the IWM, right? So you can see that IWM, it break very strongly above the 200-day moving average, the black line, right? And then also on above average volume and on a strong candlestick. So this is very bullish action for the IWM. So I think that right now the rally has increasing breadth, and which makes this rally more sustainable, right? So that's why I'm quite bullish about the price action for the index based on the action so far, right? So anything can happen in the stock markets, but right now what prices are indicating is that we can expect further upside movement. But with that said, we definitely still want to practice proper risk management, setting a stop loss, taking proper position sizing, such that if the event the indexes fall apart and then like the individual stocks also fail, then at least we have a risk management in place to minimize those losses, right? So that's for the indexes. Now we'll go through some of the stocks that I own, right? So I own a number. So we'll first take a look at ARM. So ARM, so this is an IPO base. So it recently IPO, right? You can see it's IPO over this day on 14 September 2023. And then it actually formed a handover the top right side. So I actually entered, if I'm not wrong, I entered on this session over here on Tuesday, so the 5th of December. So I entered when it broke above this line of resistance at around $63, right? But next day I got stopped out. So you can see the next day I got stopped out. But because of the positive price action, right? So like you can see that it forms a very nice cup. And then it also managed to find support at the 10-day moving average. So even though I got stopped out on this day, I still kept it on my watch list, right? So as you can see, like it managed to set back up on Friday, and this was where I entered. So I entered at around 63.7. So right now, yes, broke out on strong volume. So you can see that volume is around 3 times the average, and then a very strong candlestick to close the session on Friday. So right now my 3R profit target is this green line over here. So if you can hit the profit target level, I might sell 1/3 to a half of my position, and then I'll trail the other half. This is RCKY. So I bought RCKY over on this day over here, and then so far I sold like half at this 3R profit target, and then the other half I'm trailing below the 10-day moving average and the 21-day. So right now I have tripped my stop loss to at this 3R profit target. So in any event, so let's say if the stock moves down from here, I'm guaranteed to hit a 3R profit target for my overall position, right? So because the first half of my position I sold at this 3R profit target, and then the other half at this area right now. So if prices do decline from here, I'm guaranteed at least a 3R profit target on my overall position. That is assuming the stock don't gap down, right? But if it gaps down, then that's another case. So that's for RCKY. Then this one I also got TOPS, right? So I bought on this day over here. You can see that it forms a very strong move up, right? So it broke above all the key moving average on its move up, and then you can see volume start to pick up on the move up, right? So that's always positive sign that the stock has momentum. And then even though prices did not really tighten up at this side, when it broke above this key line for me, so this key line of resistance, so at around 14.808, I bought it, and then so far it hit my 3R profit target level, so I already sold half, and then I'm just trailing the other half right now. Then we have ESTC. So I actually tried ESTC on I think it was this day over here, if I'm not wrong. But then I set a very tight stop. So I bought it at the open, but then you can see that there was this tail over here, right? So I got stopped by this tail over here, and then I've been waiting for it to set up again. So it actually moved up, and then it moved sideways for this session and this session. Then I bought it on this session over here. So right now prices are still a bit overextended from its 10-day moving average, but then the current market condition is quite strong. So if the conditions still continues to be strong moving forward, then we could see it ESTC move up even before the 10-day moving average can catch up, right? So that's for ESTC. YOU. So this one I took actually a oversized position in YOU, right? So I bought it on this day over here, and then I also added it along the way. Then right now I sold half of the position at this green profit target level. So this is the 3R profit target level, and then right now it actually declined and found support at the 10-day moving average. So this is a very positive sign. So you can see that when prices decline to a 10-day moving average, it was met with buying, right? So it forms like a pin bar candlestick over here. And then on Friday, prices also retest the 10-day moving average, but again, buyers step in to push prices up, right? So my next profit target level is this level. So it also just nice, it coincides with the 200-day moving average. So if prices move to this level, I might sell another half of the remaining position, and then I trail the other half to see if it can make a bigger move from there. Same thing, AXGN. So strong move up. I bought on this day over here, found support at the 10-day moving average, bought on the breakout, and then right now I'm trailing it, right? So it hit my profit target level at here. And then once it hit my profit target level, I sold half, and then I brought my stop to the break-even level, right? So you can see that I was close to getting stop up by this long wick over here, right? So all the way back down, but then I set it at this level of around $6.05, but it closed slightly, the low of the day was slightly above that, so it was around 6.2. So I didn't get stop out on my other half of position, and then now I'm still trailing it for bigger gain. For SQ, same thing. I'm also trailing the remaining half to see how far it can go. I already sold half of at this profit target level, bought it up here because strong move up, multiple gap up days. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 gap ups, and then it moves sideways. Bought it over here, and then now I'm just trailing the other half. DRCT. So DRCT, I actually scale in and scale out multiple times, right? So my original buy position was over here, so it makes a strong move up, right? So you gap up on strong earnings. So if we turn on the earnings, you can see that earnings was 283% year-over-year growth, and then that's for earnings. Then for sales, it was up 129% year-over-year, right? So strong earnings, and then the technicals also confirm the fundamental story, right? So you can see that strong volume gap up, break above the key moving average, and then when it move up, it moves sideways for a while. I bought on this breakout over here, then it went further up at over here, right? So actually I sold half over here because here was the 3-hour profit target. Sold half here, then move sideways, scale back up over on this day over here. Then sold half over here at the 3-hour profit target for this position. Sold half here. So right now I'm still holding some position and trailing. I actually added more over on this day over here. So the 4th of December, I added more. And then I'm trailing my remaining stop at around this level. So just below the low of this sideways movement. So at around 960, right? So if it can continue to find support at the 10-day moving average, or hopefully it moves up, the 21-day moving average moves up, and then like it finds support at the 21-day moving average, which ideally should be above my current stop loss level, then it finds support, they continues to move on. That's what I hope for in DRCT. But if it does not, then you just stop me out at this level for I'll still make a huge gain on this stock, right? So this has been one of my best performer in this rally so far. Next one is ALT. So same thing, strong move up. Didn't really tighten up that much. Then I bought on this gap up and breakout, right? So it broke above this key area of resistance. Bought over here, hit my 3-hour profit target on this day also. So I sold it on this day. Then I'm still trailing the other half. TGTX originally bought over here. Then I did not scale up at this level over here. So for some reason I can't remember why I didn't scale up, but yeah, I bought it over here, and then right now I'm just trailing. So I sold half at this 3-hour profit target, so I'm just trailing the other half. So you can see that right now it's actually finding resistance and the 200-day moving average. So if it can ideally if it moves sideways over here and then break out from there, right? But if anything, if it falls back, I already moved my stop loss to at around this level of 1184, so just below the low of this consolidation over here, right? So that's a brief overview of the stocks that I currently have in my portfolio. Now let's go through some of the stocks that I have on my watch list for this week. So the first one is BTOG. So strong move up, broke above all the key moving average. I missed out on this early entry over here. So yeah, it's a waste because prices actually move up quite a bit from here, right? So I think it went up more than 100% over here. Yeah, so it's around 98% from there. So I missed this out, but it happens to all of us, right? So the only thing that we can do is continue to pay attention to the stock, because if the stock is really that strong, it should set up again, which it is right now. So you can see that it's actually tightening up over here, and I've set my alerts over here. So if it breaks out at this level, I might look to add over here at this area of $5.20. Then for coin, so very strong movement, because this also coincides with the strong movement in the crypto markets. And then since right now Binance is also facing some issues, so Binance is the biggest crypto exchange, right? Then is facing some issues, then coin should benefit, especially with the crypto markets looking very strong right now. So I actually missed out on the entry over here. So you can see it declined and pulled back to the 10-day moving average, but I missed out on this. So right now, if it can break above this rally high, then I will look to add my position over here. The next one is ETAO. So strong move up. Right now moving sideways. It can break above this level, I will look to add. Right, so these are some of the stocks on my watch list for this week. So I'll see you in the other videos to your financial success.